So I made the walkway. I started the walkway last year, and the idea was, oh, I'll just dry set it and mist it or whatever the heck. That didn't really work because I dry set it on top of concrete, not concrete, excuse me, cardboard. And I'm like, oh, the cardboard should break down. The cardboard is still there. Cardboard has not really broken down. And so, oh, I can get pavers maybe, or I'll just do it again, but this time I'll do a thick pour, blah, blah, blah. And maybe that will eventually be the case. But for now, I'm like, let me just build a little wooden bridge, essentially, a little wooden walkway, which is what I've done. I went and measured it and I got scrap wood and I built it on the sand. Yes. So this is what it looks like. Um, the drive, walkway, whatever, isn't even all the way around. At the top is wider than the bottom, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just like, let me just take somewhere in between those measurements. So this should be about 64 inches wide and about 78 inches long. And some spots it was 76, 75. Other spots it was closer to 80 something. Again, I'm like, let me go in the middle. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take it over. And I guess I should get to clearing stuff first. I don't know. We'll see. So I knew there was a little bit of a hump. I didn't consider how hard it might be to unhump it because unhump it. The cardboard is still very intact. There's a lot of ants. I'm bit up on my feet, but to rinse my feet. I have this maybe needs to move a little forward. Regardless, the idea is I'm going to sink it in a little to the ground because I don't need it this high up. You know, if this is where the pavers are, I'm not going to big step. I don't want a big step. Maybe like half of that, but I got to flatten this out first. But this is over here at least for now. And I got to get to it soon because lest the grass decide to be like, oh my God, blah, 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 blah. And so I took out the pavers on the side here. You know, how it was, it had a nice, lovely curve. So maybe that's better. Yeah, that's better for sure. I don't necessarily like how that looks, but for now it'll, I guess, compete with the weeds. And as I go, there's going to be a lot bigger chunks. So at least, at the very least, I got big rocks. And this is meant to be a rock garden as we have already existing. Whenever I find rocks, I put them amongst the things. So, and I'm going to change this line. I don't know that I like this over here or not. If I decide I don't, I'll probably put it in the front walkway or whatever. I don't know. Or I'll curve it up front. I don't know if I want to curve it up front or maybe in the back even. Maybe I'll put this on the other. I don't know. Anyway, it happened though. That's exciting. Something I want to get done. It's so uneven. Anyway, let me go water. So the gardenia is really putting out a lot of bottom growth. That's great. The top growth, you know, not the best looking, but the bottom growth isn't as. Is this chlorosis? I don't know. Anyway, she's alive. There was some browning on the lilac leaf. Apparently, it might be humidity, whatever the heck. So I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Maybe water it a little less. But apparently, it's not really anything. If it starts to get worse or show some type of other sign of something, whatever. There are a lot of self-seeded marigolds. I've been thinning them out so that when they grow, they're not too close. This one might be a little close here. The soil is nice and wet next to the pot over here. So those are the birds. But here's one, and these will get big. So it's going to be a lot of orange because I don't have plant money. So